everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our sutras in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. Life is an adventure to move into the unknown. Everything, love is an unknown but realized truth. Sex is unknown. You think that you know it. You know about it, but you do not know it. You know about love, but you do not know love. Knowing about and knowing is two different things. And it is an adventure. When I said it is an adventure, yes, it is an adventure. You are moving into an unknown realm. God is unknown and unknowable. You think that you know Him, but you do not. Knowing about God is not knowing Him. Knowing means being. It happened. Two stories, I will share it with you. There was a Zen master in Japan. He had a disciple. He was a painter. He was painting the pictures of bamboo. And each time when he paint it and he will bring it to the master, and master will say, this is not good. Time flowed on. He could not understand. He is doing so much of effort. Everyone likes it. So one day he said, what should I do in order to paint the bamboo? He said, you have to go to the forest and be a bamboo. Be a bamboo means feel like a bamboo. Be like right now you are a man. You consider yourself to be a painter. And when you be a bamboo, feel what bamboo feels, how it moves, how it responds to everything. So he went in the forest. He stood up amidst the woods of bamboo as the breeze blows. So in the beginning, he was talking. The mind was playing its game. Then slowly and slowly he became quiet. And then as the breeze blows, bamboo will swing to the left, to the right. Left completely to the winds. No mind of its own. Bamboo is not saying anything to the wind that why are you moving me to the left or to the right. This is the meaning of surrender. When surrender is not a word, it is a whole approach towards the life, towards the one that you may call as master. So as the breeze blows, bamboo swings left and right, its branches shaking, its stems. So he started becoming, so 1 year after, the master sent his disciples to go and look for the person. He could not find him. Then in the heap of bamboo, he found the man standing, and he has become really a bamboo, swinging without any resistance. Normally, when you have to go into the unknown, there is resistance. There are many conditionings which has been infused into you. You should not trust the strangers. And it is said that God is unknown and unknowable. He always comes in strange forms and ways and means. Now, if you do not have trust, I remember about one of our fellow friends who passed away recently. He was in search of the Master. He went to the shrine of Jalaluddin Rumi in Konya. There he felt something, so he came out of that. A white woman with red hair came running to him. He said, "I do not know why I am running towards you, but I have to give you a very important message. Go to Sheikh Nazim. If he has not responded to that unknown and unknowable, his life would have been barren." So after that was brought back, and the Master said, "Now close your eyes, and even if you draw the lines, that will represent bamboo." So the disciple said, "I do not need to paint anything now, because I know what bamboo feels like. I am a bamboo." This is the meaning of surrender. This is the meaning of going into adventure. Another story that I said, once a king in China decided to make an emblem for the country, but he wanted the image of a cock alive. So many painters painted. They brought kings like them, and then who will judge which is the best? So he called the old artist of the kingdom, and he said, "You have to give me time. I have to go into the room and be all alone, and then I will come and tell you which one is right." So he went in the room, stayed there for 24 hours. Afterwards he came out and he said, "None of these paintings are alive." What was the criteria? He said the criteria was, I carried a alive cock inside the room, and I spread all the paintings, and when I put the paintings, the cock responded in a particular way, because he went to them, he did whatever it is, and it shows that the painting, none of the paintings were alive. So he said, "Now you have to do." So he told the emperor that I am an old person and it will take me 3 years before I can create that painting. He said, "Okay." He said, "I have to go to the forest," and he lived in the forest amidst the cocks and hens. And in the first 6 months after, when king sent him the persons to look for him, he could recognize them. These are the messengers from the king. Another 6 months passed. He found that he was still in the forest, and this time he did not recognize any of the messengers. Thereafter, when another 6 months after he went, he had meditated among them. He became one like them, walking, talking, and doing everything. This is being in harmony with that. You want to do the cooking from the recipe book, you can never do the cooking. You have to feel what the spices feel, whether this particular spice wants to go into it or not. That is why I say that all the spices on my cooking counter or in the fridge, they are like my girlfriends. So when you go somewhere in a party and so, a young person, when he goes, he looks around, and whichever girl gives him the tacit consent, eye to eye contact, he dances with them. So it is for me dance with the spices. Which spice wants to go into it or which does not want to go into it? Because each vegetable has to be cooked each item has to be cooked in a vegetable or non-vegetarian in a particular way. Certain things enhances its flavor, certain things suppresses it. You have to bring out the flavor, the reality when somebody tastes that item. It is alive. So after 3 years he came back and he said he has to be put into the room, and he painted. After some time when he came out, the king said, the same criteria that you used, I will use to check if your painting is really alive. So the painting was put in the room, and a living, alive cock was left there. The cock went, he looked at the painting, and he ran out making the noise. Means he saw another living cock, the painting, that he got afraid and he came out. In order to be realistic, whether in meditation, whether in any field, whether in love, you have to become love. And how you can become love? When the opposite forces, the anima and animus, the two energies merge into one another, there is no conflict, no disturbance, just as the bulb has a filament between the two ends. From one side the positive current comes in, from the other the negative current comes in, and negative comes from within. Positive current comes from the outside source. That is why it is cosmic. And the negative comes from within. So the earth element in any electrical appliance comes from there. Only positive current is infused into it. So this positive current is Shiva element or the anima. And with that now, there is a merger. The two are not conflict with one another. You look at a bar magnet, the current flows from the North Pole to the South Pole. When it reaches the South Pole, from there it moves to the North Pole and the circuit is completed. Circuit is completed. It becomes elliptical movement. It is circle. Not the family circle, not the friend circle, not the kitty circle, not any other kind of a circle. When I say the union of sex is a circle is the ultimate, it means the circuit is complete. You are one. It is an interaction between male and a female. male element and the female element. Male element has two, positive and negative, the thinking and feeling aspects. So two are merging into one another. When the two merge into one another, there is no conflict between your thinking and feeling. Then for the first time you experience love within. You are loving. You become embodiment of love. You are love, not that you know love. That is why it is said love is an unknown but realized truth. You realize that only with the merger of the two elements, Shiva and Shakti, the anima and animus, the left and the right side of the brain. So you become love. And the spouse also becomes love. Then two loves are, and two loves are not separate. The current, if two bulbs are lit in a room, will there be two lights? No. Sometimes we use a double socket. So a socket is put which has the room for putting two different bulbs. But will there be two lights, each coming from the one? So during the act of sex, there are two persons involved, the male and female. Each one of them is a light unto itself. Will there be, when the two are together, will there be two lights? Will there be two persons? No, there is one. The light in the room, when the bulb from in this socket which has two different bulbs, it gives only one light. And that one light is fulfillment. That one light is orgasmic experience. So you cannot be adventurous if you are unhappy. If you are unhappy, you are afraid. Afraid to go into the room. If the room is dark, the child is afraid to go into. He cannot be adventurous. If you are unhappy, if you are fearful, if you are afraid, you cannot enter into adventure. If you are afraid of sex, if you are afraid of love, if there is a single doubt in your mind at any moment, you cannot enter into this adventure. And this is what happens with all of us in our love life or sex life, that it remains unfulfilled always. The moment you enter into, when you are an adventurous entering into, you can enter into that you have a total trust in you, not in the other. You have trust into you that, number one, happiness, the subtle happiness is the criteria of surrender. You are very happy. You are overflowing happiness to enter into it. You are adventurous and you are not afraid. Then and only then you can know the known realm. You are happy that you are not afraid of the unknown. Sometimes people ask, are you afraid of going into this relationship or into the love with this person or going to this person? And if you say, you can say mentally, no, I am not afraid. But if you are adventurous, if you are happy, you can be adventurous and you can plunder into the unknown. And the happiness has become such a deep phenomena to you that you know wherever you will be happy in whatever situation, whatever position you are, you will be happy with the positive mind. You know, with a happy mind, you know there is no hell. Only miserable people are looking for heaven. Person who is overflowing bliss, he is not bothered in any way whether there is a hell or heaven. And wherever you are in heaven, and wherever you are, it will be heaven. Whether you are in love, whether you are making love, whether you are in sex, you will be in heaven. And heaven is symbolic of blissfulness, happiness. You can move into the unknown because now you know that heaven moves with you. You are not searching for bliss. You are not searching for oneness. You are. You are one. You are the bamboo. You can feel as a bamboo. You can feel as a living cork. You can feel the different spices. So they will come to you that play with me, use me. And then whatever you cook, whatever you do, it will be totally of a different dimension. When in that state you enter into your sex, it will give you a totally unbelievable experience in your life. Something that you have never experienced. Earlier you made efforts for it. Now you are not making any effort. You are not obstructing. You are simply flowing with the breeze as it moves you to the left, to the right. And as you move, the outcome is a different quality of life, different quality in anything that you do. If you are a painter, if you are a writer, if you are in sex, in anything, whatever you are doing at that moment, it will have a different quality, different experience that you never had ever before in your life. This is what is needed. Only with a dancing heart, happy, blissful, and positive, you can take a jump into the uncharted, unknown. There is a beautiful story, a Sufi story, Mawjood. Mawjood means one who is available. It is the story of a man who was working in a field where he has a good job. He could be promoted. He could attain to higher status, attain more money, prosperity, jobs. One day, all of a sudden, he heard a mysterious voice. Mysterious voice was that of a Khizr alayhi salam, the mysterious friend according to the Sufis. He told him, leave that job and come back to meet me on the river bank. Without a single thought, this man left the job. People thought that he has gone mad. People started raising all kind of comments that you should be in your senses. You are hearing the mysterious voice. You don't know if the man is a cheat or what. You are going to meet this man. He is after your money, he is after your body, he is after this and that. You defy all that. You enter into and you follow that inner voice of that mysterious friend of the man along the path. In Hindus, it is called, this character is known as Narad, the wandering sage who continues to wander in the three universes and help those who are along the path. In Sufi terminology, we use the word Khizr alayhi salam. Alayhi salam is a word used for respect for someone, for an elderly word. Sheikh is a word used for an elderly wise man. That's why all the Sufi masters are known as Sheikh. Or in English language, you call them Sir or Mr. In Sufi terminology, we use the word Sheikh, the wise old man. And so I will take this story in tomorrow's session because it will take a little while. It goes into different sections and so. But it is listening to that mysterious voice. This person that I told you, he felt from within that he needs a master. He goes to the shrine of Hazrat Jalaluddin Rumi in Konya. After he comes out of the shrine, as he wandering in a state of quandary what to do, where to find him, a white woman with red hair comes running to him. I don't know why I am attracted to you. You must go and meet Sheikh Nazim. Saying this, the woman disappeared in the thin air. Nobody knows. So what actually happens at that moment? It is the master that appears in different form. Or it is, you can say, because the God does not do anything on his own, he does it through his instruments. Electricity does not do anything on its own, but it activates an electrical appliance that is made to manifest a particular quality of the electric current, and it cooks your food. It gives you cold breeze. So the stove, the air conditioner, the television is various aspects of manifestations of the electric current. These appliances can invoke the inherent invisible quality of the electric current for a specific purpose. Electric current have many uses, but when you see the electric current, it only gives you shock. And if you are not shock proof, you can be electrocuted, you can die. But when the same current is harnessed in an electrical appliance, it does unbelievable magic for you. So master is that electric appliance using the God current and does miracle. So whenever things like these happen, God, that current manifests, does the work through a master, through an awakened one, so the appliance is an awakened entity of the electric current capable of transforming electric current into one particular form, one particular way. So it happens there, the masters, if I have to work with someone, suppose the person is in Washington or Germany or France, there is a distance, physical distance, but psychologically there is no distance. Now how? So Master manifests himself. In order to manifest himself, because you are not prone to the unmanifest, you need a manifestation. So he sees something, sees a person who is available to become the medium. The Master's current or energy field goes onto that person, and that person, when he says something, it is the voice of the Master. The form may be different, and at times it may appear a form that has appealed to you, or you have dreamt that the person, the energy field changes the form of that person also. So you feel that the Master has met you. Master has told you. Many of the seekers who have experienced like these, another person from Sweden experienced the same thing. Then there are others in different parts of the world from time to time, when they narrate their visions or experiences, have to be at times quiet. And many times when somebody is going, this is what the Masters do. He said, whenever you are going somewhere, take me with you. How can I take you with me? Yes, I had mentioned it to one person. I said, you are going to visit the shrine for ziyarat. Take me with you. He goes to the shrine of Hazrat Ubaidullah Ahrar Raziyallah Ta'ala Anhu. Behind the shrine complex, there was an empty space or something separated by the wall. While he was at the shrine, he felt a person came from the other side of the wall and came to the shrine, and he had a talk with him. And when this person mentioned this to me, I had told him, I said, I told you, wherever you go, you take me with you, take the Master with you. Because wherever you go, or if your company sends you for any business visit, he gives you a reference. Because the company that you are working is well known, you are simply an employee, so you need a letter of introduction. So when you take the Master, you are taking the letter of introduction with him. Sheikh Ubaidullah Ahrar or Jalaluddin Rumi knows that Sheikh. He knows Sheikh Nazim, but he does not know you. When you take Sheikh Nazim or any other person with you, you are carrying a reference letter. And that time you will be welcomed in a different manner. If you carry a letter from the Prime Minister of your country and you go any other place, you will be given a different welcome. And this is what is important. We'll continue in tomorrow's session. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day. I will tell you tomorrow the story of Mawjood, the unbelievable friend of the seekers along the path. Only this much for this morning. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.